Ladies and gentlemen, it is October the 1st, 2020, the official kickoff, at least for me, of the Halloween and horror season. Now, if you're one of those people that likes to kick this thing off at the end of August or right after Labor Day, stop! You can't do that. You're gonna ruin the specialness of it. That's the equivalent of those who kick off the Christmas season on November 1st and don't take their fucking Christmas lights down until April 1st. Stop doing it. Halloween and the horror season is special. We must preserve the integrity of the season, ladies and gentlemen, and October 1st is the perfect time to kick it off. You know what I'm saying? So if you're one of those people that got really excited and start putting up your Halloween decorations at the end of August, please stop doing that. You're gonna ruin it, because what's next? These things are insidious, folks. There's a horror movie word right there for you. But these things are insidious because, oh sure, it's September now, but what is it gonna be? You know, you're gonna hit the end of July and you're gonna go, yeah, what's 4 more weeks? I'm gonna start putting it up now. No, we don't wanna ruin the specialness that is Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, it's Halloween time, bitches. Take this fucking thing off here. October 1st is the official day you can start doing that. Halloween. Now, in this video, I want to know what some of your favorite memories growing up are in regards to Halloween. What are some of your favorite Halloween memories growing up? Were you one of those kids that trick-or-treated until you were 18? You know those fucking kids I'm talking about, right? The guys that show up with your Nike shoes and your jeans and your high school hoodie with just a mask on expecting to get fucking candy. It pissed me off, man. When those kids would show up, I'd be like, no, get the fuck out of here. But I have a costume on, bruh. I got a costume on. No, you got your fucking high school hoodie on, a pair of jeans and Nike shoes, and you just threw on a mask. Come on, man. You want some candy? It's got to be earned, man. It's got to be earned, especially if you're going to be 17 or 18 trick-or-treating at my door. Oh, come on, bro. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you, bro. And they'd leave, and I'm like, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. Come back in a costume, and I will give you some candy, man. It's earned, man. It's earned. Maybe you were one of those kids. Fucking those kids pissed me off. Or maybe you're one of those kids like me that stopped at the age of 13. I was about 13 or 14, and I made the transition from going trick-or-treating into doing little Halloween shows at my house with my buddy Bruce. You know Bruce, best friend of nearly 30 years. And that's what we did. And we had like strobe lights and fog machines and dry ice and music. And I would dress up as Michael Myers and he would dress up as a variety of different characters. Now, obviously, when we were 13, you know, it was, 13-year-old type shows. But by the time we got to like 16 and 17 and 18, the shows grew, the equipment grew, and we were putting on some pretty fucking fancy shit, so much so that the newspaper would come around, take photos of, the house and all that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun, man. And some of my favorite memories from doing that, there's 2 in particular. I mean, there's a lot, but there's 2 in particular that always stand out to me. The first one is I had one of those kids, those like 16, 17-year-old guys show up in a fucking high school hoodie and their Nike shoes with a mask expecting to get candy. And I was like, get out of here, man. I was probably about the same age as them, but I was like, guys, I didn't know them, but I was like, guys, come on. Go put on a costume, come back, and I'll give you candy. Well, fuck you, bro. Fuck you. The kids I'm talking about. So then they would periodically make their way back, and when we weren't looking, they would kick over certain things we had on display, and it was starting to piss me off. I was like, oh, fuck it, you know what I mean? So then I saw them coming down the street again, right? So what I decided to do is I went into my backyard, and I got my lawnmower out, okay? And I started to go like, it was a gas lawnmower, right? Well, for whatever reason, I guess they thought it was a chainsaw. They thought it was a chainsaw. It was music to my ears. All I heard from the other side of the fence was, holy fuck, he's got a chainsaw, run! I'm like, seriously? Like as if I'm going to come out with a chainsaw and actually slice you up. It's actually not a bad idea. No, but seriously, I started up the lawnmower. It scared them. They thought it was a chainsaw. They're like, chainsaw! Ran down the street. I opened the gate. I saw them taking off, and I was like, yeah, come back with a costume. No, I didn't say that. That would have been like Hollywood movie type thing for me to say that, but I didn't say that. I just basked in the glory of scaring the shit out of them. My other favorite memory is, and like I said, there's a lot of them, but the other one that stands out to me is we were probably, again, like 16, 17, and we had a fog machine, and we were spraying that thing like every 5 seconds, and it was great. But of course, it was also starting to move down the street and kind of sort of wrap itself around the neighborhood. So by the time we were all done, like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we were driving Bruce back home, we're driving down the street and we're going through all this fog. And we're like, where the hell is this fog coming from? Because the temperature wasn't the right temperature for fog. And then we're like, oh my God, this is our fog. And there were people like driving all over, you could drive all over the neighborhood. It's like there's all this fog all over the neighborhood. It was amazing. And it was all because of our fog machine spraying like every 30 seconds for 3 hours. And it was great. It was like a scene out of The Fog. It was amazing. And you could see it like in the headlights, like you're driving all around the neighborhood and you're like, where's this fog coming from? This is amazing. I loved it. There was a lot of fog we sprayed that night. So that was a lot of fun. And there's so many great memories, and each year I dressed up as Michael Myers, but you kids don't know how lucky you have it, man. This is back in the 90s when the Michael Myers mask was dog shit. Of course, we didn't have anything to compare it to. So for us, it was like, wow, this really looks like Michael Myers. And it was never advertised as a Michael Myers mask, obviously, for obvious reasons. It was called like the mask or the white mask or the face or something to that effect, but you knew who it was supposed to be. And I'm talking about this one right here. Here's a picture of me from about 1996 or 97. That is me as Michael Myers. Look at that perm. That is all we had. For those of you that are old enough to remember, this was the kind of mask you had in the 90s, the late 80s, all through the 90s. Kids, you don't know how lucky you have it today, man. But of course, because we didn't know any better, this was the shit. This was everybody was like, oh my God, it's fucking Michael Myers. It's amazing. That mask is amazing, because we didn't have anything to compare it to. Well, now you look at it and you're like, oh my God, it's awful. You know what I mean? Anyway, that is me. There I am dressed as Michael Myers. I think I'm holding I think I got a pitchfork in my hand, actually. In my right hand, of course, I got the basket full of chips there in my left hand. And this would have been that night. If you had just walked past me out that front door there would have been lights and fog machines and setups and animatronics and all that kind of stuff. And it was just so much fun to do. And like I said, we put on like real shows. Like it was like we had like, sometimes our friends would come over and we would have them participate and we'd like choreograph shit and chase scenes and stuff. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. And those are some of my favorite memories growing up. I don't really have any favorite memories growing up from trick-or-treating per se. I don't recall, I don't have any bad memories, but for me, when I think of Halloween as a kid, and I think it's largely because, I went trick-or-treating with friends, but I also, the age gap between me and my siblings is quite large. So it's not like I came home and had to share any candy with my brothers or sisters, or I had to, I had my candy stolen from my brothers. Like I didn't have any of those types of things. It was just like I went out, I trick-or-treated with my friends, I came back and I got to keep the candy that I had. So my favorite memories are definitely from putting on those Halloween horror haunted house shows from the time I was about 13 to 18. And then as an adult, in a town that I used to live in just north of Toronto in 2009 and 2012. So I would have been 30 in 2009, 33 in 2012. I did it again with my buddy Bruce. And those two videos, I have videos of those two events, and they are actually on my channel if you look for them. And they were a lot of fun too. We sort of did what we did when we were teenagers, but we were doing it as adults. So I've moved away from that place now. There's not too many kids in the neighborhood of where I am at the moment. They're very, very young. So I haven't really done that in quite a few years, but I'd love to get back to doing it because I really enjoy doing it. It's some of my favorite memories from Halloween growing up. So the question is, folks, what are some of your favorite Halloween memories growing up? Were you one of those kids that tried to dress up at 16 or 17 because you were a lazy bastard, you were a lazy son of a bitch and didn't want to put on anything, so you would just go around and just like a little bit of eye makeup or a little mask, go, hey bro, trick or treat. Like, get out of here. Come on, it's Halloween, man. It's Halloween, dude. Come on, put some effort into it, man. Maybe you were one of those guys. Maybe you were. And they were usually guys. Like, you would never see girls doing that unless they were with those guys. Like, you would never see a pack of girls just show up without any effort, because girls put effort into shit, man. They know what's going on. They know what's cool. They know what's hip. They know it, man. It was only the guys that would do that to try and get away from it, right? Or try and get away way with it, I should say. Maybe you're one of those guys, or maybe you put on a Halloween show like me and Bruce. Maybe you did. Or maybe you have some crazy trick-or-treating stories. Comment below and let me know. Folks, my name is Dave McRae. It's the official kickoff to Halloween. Hey, if you want to follow me on Facebook, you can at facebook.com/manythingsdavemcrae. That's where I tend to post in the meantime and in between time when I'm not posting here. All my links are in the description. But the 3 links you're probably most interested in are right there on the bottom bar: my Twitter, my Instagram, and my Facebook. So follow me there if you would like to do that. So yeah, comment below and let me know. I really want to know. It's Halloween time. October 1st. It's October 1st. It's not August 31st. It's not the day after Labor Day. Come on, man. You don't want to ruin the specialness of it. This is our time of year. You don't want to ruin the specialness of that. Cheers.